Hey y'all, I'm going to go ahead and do a camper van tour, how I converted my camper van. And as I've said before, my camper van is just a temporary setup, and then it can be taken out and turned right back into a minivan. So I'm here at Kissimmee Prairie State Park. It's supposed to be one of the best parks, I don't know if in the nation or in the United States or what have you, or just in Florida, but it has supposedly the best star views to see the stars at night. So I'll try to film that tonight if that's the case. It's a little cloudy and overcast, but let's get started. As you can see, just heard some thunder. As you can see, that's where I put my air conditioning thing until I can figure out something more permanent. As far as permanent meaning when I know I'm going to be using it a lot, where it's not so obvious. But if we're at a campground, it's fine. And this campground, I spent $17.60 for one night. This is in Florida. And back here is where I have the kitchen currently. I'm going to tell you all the things that I currently have set up in it, but and then I will do a sit down and discuss the things that I would actually like to change, or possibly change, now that I've had it like this for, gosh, let's see, almost 2 years, this setup. I mean, it comes in and out, but this has been the same setup from day one, and there's some things that I'd like to rearrange and change. So this is my kitchen area right here. I don't have everything in my kitchen area because I knew that I wouldn't really need it. I wasn't going on a long-term van dwelling camping trip. So I put all of my pantry supplies. Like I do have a rice cooker right here if I want to cook anything in the rice cooker. And just paper supplies and silverware and medicine and extra toilet paper. Towels, cups, plates, bowls, an extra tarp, paper towels. That was my rice cooker. Like I said, I don't have everything in here right now. Have my coffee and some snacks and some more baby wipes and stevia. And this right here is my current fridge, which I don't care for. It's a Dometic. I liked my last fridge, obviously, because it was a compressor fridge, which is an ARB, but it was way too big for this van. The old van it fit well in, but it doesn't fit well. It didn't fit well in the new van. It took up a lot of space. It went like way over here. It was a pretty big, massive thing. So I'm going to find a new compressor fridge that will fit in this spot eventually. If not, then I'll reconfigure. But this is what I have set up for now. This is the fridge. And this is just a basic 12-volt fridge. It doesn't have the compressor, so it doesn't keep things as cold, and it doesn't hold cold for very long. But it will work if you're just doing trips and you're driving a lot. So this is the kitchen area, y'all. Kind of see what it looks like from the back all the way to the front. I don't have everything in here set up, but it'll give you a good idea, and I'll try to explain things that may or may not be in here currently. I don't have my cooktop in here. I didn't need to bring it for anything. I was just doing one night at the state park, and I had my rice cooker if I really wanted to cook something, but I'm actually not even going to cook anything tonight. But I do have a butane stove, one burner, that goes up on top of here. Hey y'all, you can see I just currently have the plug going through here. I'm actually going to get a much better cord and a plug, but this is a 10 amp plug just to run the air conditioner. I have a very small wattage air conditioner. Hello, birdie. Say hello. Can you see him? He's up there on that branch. Alright, this right here is my bucket toilet. I use compost in it. Ignore this. This is trash that's got to go out. That's my wound up cord currently. There's my air conditioner. I don't have it on at the moment because I was going to open all the doors. I just sat my coffee pot right there because I don't have a camping coffee stove or anything with me. I knew that I'd have electricity, so that'll run off the electricity. Hopefully you guys can all see. I just currently have it on a plug. This is the bed setup. I'm not very tall. Alright guys, I'm not very tall. I don't know how well you can see this. It's starting to get kind of dark out. I'm not very tall, so I actually fit side to side in the van instead of lengthwise. Because of, let me show you here. Because there's actual cubbies right here that push out. This area pushes out, so I'm only 5'2", so I fit this way in the van. Like I said, air conditioner, there's my inverter. Toilet is right here. I can move that around. And then as far as underneath the bed, it's hard to see. There's my solar Yeti. That's the Yeti 400. It's pretty good. Sorry, my trash is falling. I just need to get a bigger solar panel than what this is. This is the solar panel that comes with it. I can't remember how many watts it is, but it's not very much. That came with it. Underneath here, I don't know if you guys can see, underneath here is, it's all in a crate system. So there's my crate. Of course, it's all moved around. I did have it tied down, but there's my crate system. All these crates hold up the frame of the bed. There's actually 2 plywoods here. And they're all cut out, so I can actually turn this into a C-shape dinette if I want, which I never do. I just leave it as the bed. But they're all individual seating areas, and these are all individual pieced cushions that we did. And so yeah, it sits on the crate system. It helps with the weight. This piece down here was built. It's all on a nice piece of plywood. That piece right there actually elevates it because it's not level. The flooring is not level in these vans. All the seats are still in the floors of the van, so I can pull all this out and flip the seats right back up. But as you can see, kinda, there's a crate in the middle. That one just holds up the center support here. And then the rest go in an L shape, or a C shape, I'm sorry. A C shape, so that way I can fold all of this up and make it into a C shape dinette. It just does a big C, but like I said, I never do that. I just leave it as the bed. Ignore that. And then I have solar lights up here. I do have solar lanterns and all of that, but I just threw up some solar Christmas lights. I don't get fancy at all, y'all. I just keep it really, really simple. My towel and my washcloth are right here. My bedding, my pillows. Over there, sorry I'm out of breath, guys. Over there is my cedar shavings I put in the toilet, and then I also have recycled wood pellets underneath that go in here. And then I just pull this out and throw it in the trash, just like you would a dirty diaper. So that's pretty much my setup, y'all. It's very simple. It's not fancy. Hey, y'all. So, yeah. The bed is in here, the kitchen is in the back, AC, and toilet. The only thing I don't have in here is running water or a sink or a shower. And I don't need all that. I know how to do it by taking washcloth baths and then, of course, using facilities like a campground or a gym membership. And over here, I have a new little friend. There's a bunny. Say hello, baby. I have 2, and I also have a raccoon and a turkey around here in this park. As soon as I pulled in, they're right here. And I seen several when I came out also through the road. Okay, y'all, I actually turned on the fridge. I have it plugged into the Yeti. I only plugged in my phone and the air conditioner over here. I just plugged this into the Yeti because I can charge it. The fridge is plugged in right now. It's not real cold, so it's pulling 55 watts currently. I'll let that run for a little bit, and then I will charge up the Yeti some more, but I charged the Yeti on the way here. So, alright, so that's that, y'all. And the front is pretty much just set up however. I have curtains up here that I pulled down, but I'm actually making better stuff. This was all temporary for when I set it up. I have a curtain for the back, but I'm not even going to put that up tonight because I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I want to see the stars. So I probably won't even roll down these curtains right here, or the back one, or put up even the front ones. I have front ones that actually clip onto these that are hanging on the seats, but I probably won't even put those up. And I probably won't even put up my visor today because I want to be able to see the stars. I have just some tanning spray to keep the sun blocked a little bit, some extra bags, some scissors, pens, nothing fancy, y'all. And here I have stuff to maintain the inside of the vehicle. It's my makeup bag. I was trying to do makeup earlier. There's my computer. That is my action camera that I brought with me. This was my daily cooler that I brought with me. Actually, I need to empty that out. My purse. This just holds up the visor because I don't have the right visor for it. Baby wipes, medicines. This is pretty much my setup, y'all. It's not at all fancy. Okay, y'all. So that is my minivan camper in a Dodge Caravan, y'all. Nice and dirty, as you can see. Because I come down a dirt road in Florida after it had rained. But that's okay. I'll wash it when I get back to my tiny house. But this is my minivan camper van. And I actually lived in this camper van. This particular one for a little over a year. And then I had another camper van before that I lived in for like a year, a little over a year. Then I had a motorhome. I lived in that for over a year. And I have a tiny house, and I've been in that for 3 years. So I know how to live tiny. I know how to live off-grid. I don't even need electricity, but I am today. I do have a solar generator for electricity, and I have a couple other battery packs, but all that stuff is packed away. And I actually have a 30 amp plug, but I didn't bother plugging that in since I'm not running that much wattage. I'm just actually running the air conditioner. Well, not at the moment, but yeah, we can get in and actually check out the air conditioner. Okay guys, you can hear the actual fridge that's on. And then we'll turn the AC on real quick. We'll let that run for a little bit. And that's all I really need to run. I have a computer. I can hook that up if I feel like I need to charge it. I don't have to charge everything all at one time, y'all. Or run everything all at one time. I didn't turn on my lights. Let's see here. They have different settings. Oh, they didn't get enough sun today or something. That's okay. I don't need the lights. I have other lights besides those. I had them sitting in the sun, but I guess they didn't get enough solar through the fan. That's okay. I have a weather radio lantern underneath the bed. That's where I store everything, is underneath the bed. So I'll pull that out. No big deal. That is the current temperature inside the van. I just turned this on. I do have a picnic table here. We do have water. I don't really think we have any cable TV or anything like that. It's not fancy. It's just a state park, so no biggie. In the morning, I can't wait to have a delicious cup of coffee. So let's go over, y'all, the actual things that I want to change about the camper van. Okay, y'all, can you see me? Let me raise this up. Okay, there we go. I got you sitting on top of the air conditioning, so you're a little crooked. So some things that I'd actually, let me show you how I lay down real quick, because some of y'all are going to wonder, but I don't need furniture because it fits me just right. Like I said, I am only 5'2". So let's discuss the things that I'd actually like to change. The kitchen in the back, I don't like having to go outside to access the kitchen for food. Like, I can access the fridge from here, but I can't access anything else from here. That is one thing that I actually want to change. I do want to change up the bed itself. And the reason why I want to change up the bed itself is because it's a pain in the butt to try to access any of the crates underneath. I have to disassemble everything, pull it apart, and I mean, guaranteed everything's in pieces, such as the cushions are all in separate pieces and stuff, and then it's got the two big boards on top for support, and then it has the individuals that makes the C-section of the actual dinette, so you can sit on this and have this open where your feet sit. But it's a pain in the butt when you need something. Like, my lantern is back here underneath in a crate, so I've got to take this all out in order to get my lantern. But I did forget, y'all. I have a battery operated light system too, so I guess I don't need my lantern right now. I carry an essential oil thing, and I have some bug spray. So the bed system I want to change. I like sleeping this way because it gives me so much more room. Like, this is wide, like almost like a full size wide this way, because I can sleep this way. Now if I was taller, the bed would have to be long-wise, but I'm not. I fit just fine like this, as I showed you. From head to toe, I fit just fine. It's not a big deal. Hold on. Okay, y'all, so I need to, okay, that's not sitting right. I need to finish my video. I had a phone call and the park ranger stopped in and all that stuff. And I had to empty out some of my footage on the camera so I could film some more. It's getting ready to rain, so I'll have to keep an eye, make sure no water gets in my crevice here, van, or over here. But anyway, so those are some things that I want to change about the van. The bed especially, because I can't access stuff very easily without tearing it apart. And so I'd like to build something that, sorry, I'm not readjusting here, y'all. Something that I can make easier, whether or not I keep the bed this way or I make it this way, I'm not sure yet. Where I need the kitchen, where I can access it from inside, whether it's flipped around somehow, I'm not sure yet. And then somehow I need to redo the bed so I can just have access to every single thing without having to take it apart to get to the back stuff back here. Because right now I can't just flip it up because the way that the boards are, I can't just flip it up. So so those are, I've got to figure out a new bed solution and a way to access the kitchen only from the inside. Because, like, for instance, it's trying to rain right now. I don't know if it will. But, like, if I needed to use the kitchen area, I mean, yes, the tailgate opens and it opens up above your head and you can stand underneath it to access it. But I don't do, like, a ton of cooking. If I'm going to cook, I'll probably sit the cooktop out on the picnic table and use it that way. Now, if I was using the rice cooker, obviously, it can just sit right here, where the computer's at right now. We could just sit upright in here, and the rice cooker would be fine from this angle. But it's just easier when I need to access all the stuff in the drawers. I can't get to it unless I open up the back. And if it's pouring down rain and I gotta run out there to go grab something, actually I do, because I forgot. But it's not pouring down rain, it's just kind of sprinkling. Then you get wet because you can't get to it. So I've got to figure out a different solution for that. And eventually I'd like to get a little screened in room so say the side door opens and it goes right into a big screened room for an outdoor sitting area when you want to get away from the bugs, or you just want to be outside and not have the bugs eat you alive. So yeah, those are some things that I want to change about the camper van. Yeah. I mean, my toilet's fine. That doesn't bother me. Some people, that would just drive people crazy because you can't have a real flushing toilet. They do have toilet and shower facilities here, so it's not a big deal. And before, when I lived in this full time, I had a gym membership. Sometimes I would go twice a day to the gym and it made you work out more. And sometimes I would just go the one time. So it's not a big deal, y'all, to live in a van. It's not pitiful. You got the comforts of home. Oh, there goes my squirrel. I have a squirrel here. See if you can see him. See him over there? It's over by the other site. There he goes. So for TV, I use my computer and I bring, let's see here, I bring a bunch of different movies. Like for instance, I have Andy Griffith. I bring all my movies, but I also can stream if I really wanted to, but I don't. I just use the DVD player on the computer and do it that way. And I have a ton of DVDs that work in the computer, and you just play it that way. But you can stream if you really wanted to. You can get an antenna. There's actually an antenna that goes on top that connects to a TV or a computer, just with the right connections. And you can actually, you can get all the channels over the airway. It's a digital channel receiver, so. But I don't have that either. I don't need it. It's not that big of a deal. Or you can be really fancy and do what the RVers do and get a dish network set up for a camper, or even as a boat setup. But maybe a little bit smaller version. But hair is everywhere, y'all. So, yeah. That's my camper van setup, y'all. It's nothing fancy, but it works. But there are some things that I want to change a little bit differently as I've lived in it. For the period of time that I lived in it, and I'm in it now. When I was living in it, I realized how difficult not being able to access the kitchen from the inside, so I need to rearrange the layout somehow, and then I need to rearrange the storage underneath the bed so I can actually get access to it. So whether or not that means I'm going to put a single bed in this way, the long ways, and then flip the kitchen this way so I can get access to it, and then build a new bed that's only going to take up half of the width of the thing. That might work. I don't know yet, y'all, because I don't like to block these doors for any reason. So I need to lay on my bed with my head here and my feet on top of the refrigerator to see if I have enough room this way from that distance where I don't intrude in on the side doors, because I have side doors that open on both sides and I like to keep those access for different things. So for instance, the air conditioner needs to be right here when I use the air conditioner if it's too humid and too hot. And then I have my toilet area, and it needs to sit up this area, because when you sit on the toilet, your head, like see, I can't touch the top even when I stretch out. So I have enough clearance that I made the bed just on the right size. Now if you were taller in the top frame of you, you'd have to make it a little bit lower. But right now, you can see that. I mean, that's me sitting up. This is me sitting up. Okay, that's how much room I have. Can't measure it with my high here. I got probably 2 inches. Now if I stretch way up, I have about 1 inch. That means stretching as high as I can sit up straight and, you know, stretch myself out. But I got plenty of headroom. But for the toilet, you can't put the toilet back here because, like I told you before, the actual elevation of the flooring in the van sits higher in the back. It's unlevel. That's why I had to build that platform. My stepdad and my mom and I also all built this together, but my stepdad did a lot of the cutting and all that stuff. I helped him assemble and all that, and I sealed the wood and all that. But the back end is higher than the front end. It sits lower down here on this part. That's why I keep the toilet up front behind the seat, because you can sit on the toilet without hitting your head. Back there, there's not enough room because the floor angles like this in the van. So yeah, you put your shorter stuff in the back and the stuff that needs more height space towards the front. So that would be your toilet if you're going to sit on it. But yeah, so I've got to rearrange the actual layout of this. It works, it's fine. And I could live with it just like this, which I have. But I found a few things that would actually be better efficient than what it is now once I change it all up. So I'll change it up eventually. But for now, this is my temporary setup that turns into a full-time setup anytime I want to. Like I said, every single thing in here is removable. I actually can't see it, but I actually have straps, like the air conditioner right now is strapped to the front seat so it can't roll around. But I have ratcheting straps that I hook this whole system up. Oh, I hook the ratcheting straps over each part so it doesn't shift or move during travel for any reason, because it's not tied down in any way, because it's portable. So yeah, that's my camper van install, y'all. Hope you like it. Like I said, eventually I'll change it, and when I do, I'll do a new updated video. But you can camp in a minivan. It's pretty easy. And it's just me, so it's not a big deal. Even with 2 people you could do it, but yeah, it's not that difficult, it's not that hard. And I did it without electricity. I didn't have any electricity, just my Yeti and my battery packs. I didn't have air conditioning, and I lived in a really humid area in the 80s and the 90s in the summertime. So you can do it without electricity. There's a way to do it. And then I had my inverter, so I would charge stuff as I drove, because I used it for my house, and I also needed it to do my work with. So I had to get back and forth to work with it and drive all day during work days. And then it converted to me coming back here and sleeping at nighttime. So it's a multi-purpose van. It's not just for one thing. It's made for multi-use. But that's my camper van tour, y'all. If you have any comments, questions, anything, put them below. Give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, y'all, make sure you subscribe. That helps out my channel a lot, so that way you guys can continue seeing these videos. It's been a long time coming for me to do my camper van tour. And like I said, I don't have every single little thing in here, but you get the idea of the actual camper van. It can be done. So, but when I do the new updated version, I do have the short version in my Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge video, where I just threw the cot in, and I threw in my suitcases and brought my Yeti and my toilet, and that was it. And I didn't use any air conditioning because it was cold at the time, but I do have heaters that I can use for heat if I need it. But pretty simple, y'all. So when I go to redo it, I'll shoot a new video and let you know. Hope you like this video, y'all. And remember, y'all, to live a simple, happy, healthy, tiny life. Talk to you tomorrow.